Akim Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Blessings and salutation to the hopeful elect, Northern the gospel brother, lift up the standard of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is the Akim Mahalaya coming back with another lesson. Lord's will to be edifying. Had a few things, nothing in particular to really speak on, but a couple of things, which that sounds kind of all over the place, but it was just a couple of videos I was watching this morning, going to the job and stuff like that, and a couple of points, and found out that I work directly with this cat from IUIC. Our fucking small world and the type of profession we in, I don't know how that shit gonna work. But it's weird because the truth is spreading. Jake is waking up, but see, I'm in confliction with that because I noticed his fringes. We was like at an orientation class, and I noticed his fringes, and I just I got it. I'm like, oh shit, a Hebrew fellow, bro. All right, cool. I'm like, hey, I fuck with that. He said, yeah, and he kind of already peeped my spirit. But see, what's so weird, man, because I've been working with him for the last couple of weeks in orientation, and I gave him a ride back to the main job site because he asked, because he don't have a vehicle. He's a younger cat. And it was something real. I thought he was kind of feminine. I thought he was, a little soy boy, but he's a little on the soft touch side. Jake is, they come in peculiar ways, I should say that. But kind of peeping his spirit, he had that church spirit on him. And I'm like, okay, so I didn't disclose anything to him that I'm a Hebrew Israelite. But today, he had a short discourse after this little orientation class. And he like, you should come out and watch, man. Come out and listen, man. I'm like, man, and I don't know if I should have said this, but I'm like, dog, I'm a teacher. I got my own camp. I need to come and watch y'all for, especially when y'all not teaching 100% of truth. Now, I don't know if I should have said that. I don't know if I should have just took the ghost road, which I usually do. But, at this point, who gives a fuck, man? I mean, shit, it is what it is. They know who we are anyway. And it's just like, if he's going to do something to jeopardize our position, then you under the same domain, because whether you GMS or any other camp, Esau's going to look at us all the same way. Okay, he ain't going to just single Great Millstone out and say, well, you know what? You GMS, he IUIC, fuck you GMS, we throwing you in a FEMA camp, we going to put you down. Nah, you an Israelite, they going to look at all of us funny. Like the brother was going into it the other day. He said, look, man, you guys try to be on that PC friendly doctrine. You try to be on that get along, that agree to disagree bullshit. Y'all try to be on that, and it's not gonna make Esau have any less of mercy on you or any more mercy, all because you ain't blatantly called a white man a devil. Now all of a sudden you get a free pass. No, it don't work that way. That's not how the spirit of the Lord work, man. Okay, because you're gonna be bound by this thing regardless on if you went down with it or not. And also I wanted to speak on. And so like I ain't even got my scriptures in here. I actually left them in the crib because I was at an orientation thing. Usually keep an extra set of scriptures in here, so that's my bad. So I'm depending on you, Akim, out there to put these scriptures on the comment board. We call them out as it goes through the spirit. But the elder brother Benji, he was going into like the maturity thing on how, he did a lesson basically on how, brothers get upset if they can't bring their precepts out, which is a very immature spirit, okay? Because the scriptures tell you that Yahweh Shai came to minister unto people and not to be ministered unto. So Sirach 20, I think it's 20 and 5, if I'm not mistaken, about a man who tried to establish his own authority, especially when you have ranking and elders and so forth. You can't be in that spirit, okay? Because the scriptures have things to come out at its appropriate time, okay? The scriptures may say, well, the scriptures may come out at this time or it may come out at that time, and sometimes you might not be able to bring out your precept. Like when you got a big camp full of brothers, in Chicago, we got about 80 brothers out there, probably more than that by now. But we break up to like 5 or 6 different camps, sometimes 8 to 12 brothers apiece, depending on, who goes where. And oftentimes, man, you may be holding your precept for a while, and your precept may not never get to come out because, brothers on fire. And that's just how the spirit go. Okay, like if scriptures in Ezekiel it says like the spirit is like the wind, prophesied into the wind. So, you might not have a chance to bring out your point all the time, but that don't mean that you throw a hissy fit over it, because you feel that you're obligated or that you're entitled. And a lot of you young cats, man, you're not entitled to anything in the truth, man. Okay? Basically, Ecclesiastes, the 5th chapter, 1st verse. Keep thy mouth, all right, and keep thy foot when you come into the house of the Lord. Be ready to hear the word of the Most High rather than to give the sacrifice of fools, man. So you got to keep that in mindset for you younger brothers out there that just coming into the faith. You may be on the other side of the line pulling precepts, or if you're just a younger brother in general, sometimes the scriptures tell you it's wise if you just shut the hell up, man. You don't throw a fit and want to leave the camp. Not saying anybody left the camp based on that, but you don't lead a camp or throw a fit at the elders because you couldn't bring out a precept, man. That's out of order, and that's not reverencing the priests, man. So if you in that spirit, you got to repent of that, because that's immature. You're supposed to grow in this thing. The scriptures say through the sincere milk of Yahweh Shai, man. Be as babes desiring the sincere milk. Okay, so you grow in this thing, and you learn how to conduct yourself as a man, as a priest. Because as a brotherhood, we have an order about us. We have mannerisms. We have respect to offer, man, and to reverence one another. Okay, because you wouldn't want nobody coming into your establishment, overstepping your shit and doing what they want to do. So you're not to come into another man's house like that. That's why the scriptures say, don't let every man in thy house, man, and prove a friend first. Prove them. Because we all got to get proven, and we're still in the process of being proven. Like I myself, I was meditating on it today. I'm like, am I fully proven? And the question is, no, we're not fully proven, because you know why? We're not on the chariots yet. So we're in the process of being proven. Making the full assurance of the end. Okay, like the scriptures go into rightly dividing the word of truth. Okay, making evangelists, making sure how does it go? Rightly dividing the word of truth and doing the job of an evangelist, making full proof of thy ministry. Okay, and how do you do that? By breaking down the scriptures, breaking down the meaning of it. Okay, how you conducting yourselves among the brotherhood, the business. That's how you make full proof of the ministry, because it's deeper than just bringing out precepts. Well, I know that precept. I know that precept. That sounds good. That don't sound good. No, man, this truth is about the walk in general, not just you going out on Saturdays and yellow Bible scriptures and yelling the white man is the devil. No, that's the least of it. Meaning, not the least of it, but that plays a big part. But the point I'm making is that it's more to it than that. Because you got some guys, they only Israelites on Saturdays, and then Sunday through Friday, they just a bunch of Negroes, man. Not in the spirit, not praying. Just all over the place, out in the world, dipping and dabbling, which we understand that we got to procreate in the world. We have to navigate in the world. Scripture say use the world, not abusing it. But even then, among that, you got certain guys, they just throw the garment on Saturday and that's it. That's it. No sit downs, okay? No classes, no nothing. Like in our camp, we try to do at least 2 classes a month, or sometimes we do it every other week. And then we'll do a sit down as a camp, in particular, like mainly Thursdays when brothers got time from their jobs. We'll try to do the sit downs whatsoever, man. Just to kind of get brothers in that coming together type spirit, because the scriptures do say, forsake not the ministry nor the gathering of the saints. So to be around others is not a bad thing. And a lot of times we don't want to come around brothers you too caught up in your own life, is because that's really a Satan fucking with you, And I get it. Sometimes you don't feel like being around. Sometimes you need your own space throughout all the folly that we deal with in our lives. But, coming together with a brother once a week or so like that, or talking to a brother for a couple of minutes on the phone, it builds us up. Okay? Because the scriptures say iron sharpeth iron. So you may hear something that a brother said that can encourage you in the spirit. And that's just what it is. We're here to build each other up, carry each other's burdens. Brothers in the jam, we do the best we can to help them, to make sure that he's in the spirit, make sure that he's in the right state of mind. And brothers in the camps, you do a well-being check, follow up, do 2 follow-ups a week, midweek. At camp, we get a report on how brothers are doing in the spirit. Brothers need anything, whatever. But we're grown men in this thing. We're not children. Okay? Like what's the scripture when I quote, he said, as a child, he put off foolish, roughly paraphrasing, a child, he did childish things. But you put off the childish nature, man. You put off that weak nature. Throwing a temper tantrum. Nah, man. If you're going to throw a temper tantrum, this ain't for you. Because no man in this truth owe you a goddamn thing. All right? And that's just what it is. Whether your older brother, younger brother, nobody in this truth owe me shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my approval from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. Make sure that my calling and election is sure. Nobody owe me shit. Well, you owe me a handout, brother. Nah, you don't owe me a goddamn thing, man. You owe yourself, all right? And you owe Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, because that's who we indebted to. But there is an order in this thing, and you must follow the order, okay? The water, brother. I totally butchered that precept. um, There you go. The brother Bayan Yasharala, 1 Corinthians 13:11, it says, when I was a child, I spake as a child. All right. And it says, and I understood as a child. I thought as a child, but when I became a man, I put off childish things. There you go. I said foolish things. Man, but he put off childish things. So it's a process of growth. When you come into this truth, yeah, you may have your outbursts. You're going to have your little chips on your shoulders. You may be more fiery. Like when I first came in, you know what I'm saying? I was just fiery as fuck, bro. I go a whole 2.5 hour camp just screaming and yelling and on fire and pointing people out. But as I got more lax, I calmed down, you know. And, you know, we still got the fire. You know, I still get rowdy because that's just my spirit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like a fiery spirit. That's why, you know, through the spirit, I like the color red. It represents that courage and that fire and that vigor, that ambition, that zeal. That color red always stuck with me as a child. It was just one of them colors that I like the most because it represents my spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I even notice when I play a lot of video games, fighting games, I like men of fire, like that throw fire. You know, like in a Street Fighter game, I like Ken because he's more, you know, Ken just he's the nigga, you know what I'm saying? He's fiery, he's got the flashy style, and on top of that, he's very precise in that fire. He got that tenacity about him, you know? But through the spirit, man, you know, you calm down. You know, you learn how to let things lax. You don't yell at everybody anymore. But when you first come into this thing, you going at everybody because, you know, that's that zeal. Just like when you come in, you waking up everybody. You try to tell your parents, oh, you know, we the Hebrew Israelites. The first thing they think when you open the Bible up and you get into it, oh, nigga, you in a cult. That's the first thing that they say. You're in a cult. You're in a cult. Not researching anything, but they go off Jim Jones and they go off all these cult leaders and all this other shit. And then they try to make a determination and label, you know, to determine you off that. They base your religion off that, so to speak. Because that's one thing about Jake. When you show any type of discipline or some type of loyalty to something, mainly a faith or a religion, so to speak, or religion, that's when Jake started to scoff him because Jake, they don't have structure. Jake holds no loyalty to anything outside themselves. So therefore, when they see you committing to something of biblical base, then you got to be in a cult. You know, that's why Yahweh Shai say that your foes will be of your own household. Okay, because you come in, you want to wake everybody up. You know, you want everybody to get it. Biggest mistake was me telling my sister, my brother, and all that other bullshit that they Hebrew Israelites. And you think they gave a fuck about that? Hell no. My mother still asks me to this day, what's going to happen? Did you say such and such? Like, I told her the name of the Lord probably 10 times and she still don't remember it. So I'm like, well, this isn't for you. Now, can she be saved off the mercies of the Lord? Sure. Because the scripture said I would take you one of a city, two of a family. But I don't really have hope for them. You know, that's up to the Lord. He has to have mercy on that situation. Me personally, I don't know what's going to happen in that, you know. But next precept, Philippians 2:12, it says, wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not in my presence only, but as much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Right? Because the scriptures tell you, man, blessed is he that believeth in the Lord and have not seen the Lord. Because we haven't seen Yahweh Shai. Okay, now we have depictions of him. Okay, we have the poster and stuff like that, but we've never seen the Lord physically in the flesh on this side, you know, or in this lifetime. Now, in the past life, you know, 2,000 years ago, and, you know, when the Lord was actually on the scene, I believe that we walk with Yahweh Shai. I very well believe that, you know, but we haven't seen Yahweh Shai on this side. Haven't seen really any miracles per se, you know, but we believe, and that's the greatest thing of all, faith. Because, hey, blessed is he who haven't seen but believe it. And we believe, man. That's why we're doing what we're doing. Brother GMS, brother, I forgot the camp he's in, but brother did a beautiful lesson yesterday titled, when your face is put on the news, would you still believe or would you still be in his faith? That was a heavy video, man. Heavy video, because it makes sense. When your back is against the wall, Would you still continue to believe? Because I'm gonna tell you like this, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai gonna test each and every last one of us, including you sisters that watch. You women out there that deal with us, the prophets of the Most High, whether you believers or not, hey, the Lord gonna test you. He gonna test to see if you gonna stay down for that man, even when his back is against the wall, when everybody is demonizing him, telling you that he's a demon and he's done this or he's hurt somebody. You gotta believe in your spirit that the man you dealing with, or your father, or your brother, whoever that's close to you, you have to believe that you know that this guy's a good man through the spirit because he's serving the Lord. But what you gonna do? Turn your back on him because the news demonize him and ostracize him? You gonna do that? Fuck no. Okay? But yes, sir. Jeremiah 4:22. For my people is foolish, for they have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have no understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. Absolutely, brother. Beautiful precept. Shalom, brothers. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Rakakwadash Barakathum. To you Akim out there, you Akwathim that may watch. Second Edges 1-37. It says, take to witness the grace of the people to come, whose little ones rejoice in gladness. And it says, though they have not seen, it says, though they have not seen me with bodily eyes, yet in spirit they believe in the thing that I say, right? And that's the spirit, man, because we haven't seen Yahweh Shai. We haven't seen any of the ancient men of the Lord. Now, we're looking at the prophets now. We're looking at Jeremiah, Ezekiel, possibly Daniel, Apostle Paul. All the 12 in some form or fashion came back on this side, whether they went to the spirit world or they're still among us. So we have seen the men of the Lord. But even then, those of you that didn't see the men of the Lord, okay, per se, we still believe. Like I said, I haven't seen Yahweh Shai personally. Now, do I know he's there? Yeah. Is the spirit with us? Of course, because the spirit is on us to do this. Okay? The mindset, the prophecies, the spirit of the Lord is the spirit of prophecy, man. So yeah, we believe in him, though we haven't seen him, but hey, the Lord is going to reveal himself. And he's revealing himself now through the taking down of this country, man. And this is what I'll do a next show about. It's a deep fake that came out about Biden activating the selective service. I'm gonna do a show on that. It's a deep fake. It's not a real video, but it's to give you a heads up that we in a time of war. And once again, the scriptures say that the Lord is a man of war. Yahweh is his name. And the Lord is coming back to make war. So we're this close. We're this close as to all hell breaking loose, man. Like we're on the cusp of Jacob's trouble. Videos came out that this guy, I think his name was Sherrill, something Sherrill, Governor, Senator Sherrill or some shit down in Mississippi wants to bring back lynching because now they're trying to activate the Jim Crow laws 2.0 down in Mississippi. And you know what Jim Crow was about, okay? And you think creepy Jim Crow Joe is going to redact on that? Fuck no. Since he's came in office, taxes then went up. Republicans passed a bill to veto the IRS. He's not to veto. They passed a bill to propose to do away with the Fed. And this guy Biden, like anything that comes with doing away with taxes, I'm going to veto that shit. And when you veto it, it means he's going to exit out. So we're in those times, man. And then information about the 3-letter word down in Atlanta, I'm going to say the DCC. Okay, now you change the C, you put the D in the middle and then the C at the end. You get what I'm saying? But basically, they was having people to take the Boost Mobile without no signal to the phone, without any type of clerical data on that is helpful and not dealing with the immunity as far as you actually recovering on your own without the help of the juice. Motherfuckers are dying from that, man. They said America has been the biggest progenitor of disinfo regarding the C19, and that's an absolute truth, man. That's the truth. Because they pushed this poison on people. Now people are all fucking sick. You know? So yeah, Jacob's trouble was damn near on the cusp. I can't wait, man. I'm ready to go, brothers. I'm ready to get the hell out of here. I'm ready for the kingdom. I'm ready to get out of these bodies, man. I'm tired of being in pain. Tired of dealing with mental shit, man. Tired of these women on this side and their bullshit. And their, they go off, man. Our bullshit, we go off. We're just tired of it, man. We ready for perfection. I was, speaking to the Lord yesterday. I'm like, look, man, this is getting to be a little bit too much, man. And when I say a little too much, meaning that this is This place is getting worse and worse. Okay, today is National Women's Day, National Women's Month, and coincidentally, the God of War, which goes into the month of March. March means war. Okay, the month of war. They're celebrating women, man. And they ain't celebrating righteous women. They're not celebrating the women of the Bible. They're celebrating these strawberry harlots out here. These independent women. They celebrating that nonsense. They're not bigging up Sarah or, Susanna or Judith, the righteous women of the Lord, the elect. They're not bigging up women like that. They look down on women like that in the society. Like, you got the passport bros, and a lot of these black women are getting bent out of shape because a lot of men are leaving and they're going to find submissive women that know how to keep their mouth shut and do what they told, and not all the BS that they teach in the West. A lot of the women over here are mad at those women, calling them broke hoes. But see, us as men, we don't care about women that have money. Me personally, I deal with a broke bitch. Most women you deal with are broke anyway. They're only rich in their fucking mind, man, because they have no money for real. We have no money. But I'll deal with a female that ain't got a lot of stuff going. I mean, it's like as far as wealth. Because, I mean, shit, she ain't got to be all proud. Versus a woman that got a 3-story house and a mansion. Like in Thin Line Between Love and Hate. That motherfucker was rich, but she was crazy. She threw a damn heater in the tub with that nigga, man, and shot him. But basically, and the women over there is cursing out the women over here because they like, well, your man's is leaving you because, they see the mindset of the Western hemisphere. And it's sad, man. And our women, they don't fucking see it. All your men are leaving you. Your men don't really want to have anything to do with you at the end of the day. Now, you have exceptions to the rule, but a lot of these jakes are getting passports and they're fucking leaving. Because they're not dealing with this shit anymore, man. And that's bad for you women, because when Jacob's trouble kick off, you are not going to have any hedge of protection. That's why it behooves you. You women that deal with the prophets of the Lord, you ought to be in the most grateful position. Even if you don't fully understand what that man is about, you may not agree with him at times, but you still got to come correct, because this man is serving a God you claim to believe in that you really don't know. So keep that in mind. And this is for you sisters out there too that's dealing with these brothers in the faith, man. Y'all got to cut out that American mindset. All that, you ain't my daddy. Hey, technically your husband is like a father figure to you, because really the transfer of ownership goes from your father to your husband. You're never technically free until you realize that you're a servant to this man and that you're beneath him, because that's the order that the Lord has established. He's the leader. You're his helper. When you understand that and know your role, it will be a lot easier. But we understand we in this wicked world, the flesh kicks in. Everything is out of course. That's why this system is getting ready to be broken down for the better. All right, and I'm going to read this last precept, and I'm going to get up out of here. Isaiah 32:10, it says here, many days and years shall you be troubled, ye careless women, for the venture shall fail and the gathering shall not come. They cut millions of people off food stamps, man. Well, at least they cutting their food stamps in half. So millions of women are getting ready to suffer. They're getting ready to lose positions, man. These markets are collapsing. Job market is getting ready to fall. And they're promising retirement. We ain't going to fucking retire here, man. And they can forget about that. So honestly speaking, if you got a pension, pull your money out. Nah, I'm just talking shit, man. That's up to you. But me, honestly, I'm not keeping my money in any corporation so they can get rich. I mean, we ain't got that long. Shit, we might not have a job at the end of the year. Lord's will, But anyway, with that, brothers, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashimi, Hawashai, Ba'ashimra Kakodash. Double honors to the elders, the apostles, the great millstone. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. With that, shalom. And a barber ball, Lord's will you be edified. Shalom.